Stupid mute button. Good morning, Curse Kratos. Esunetti, how you doing? FPS. Jiraiya, good to see you too. Ankh. Abdulrahman. None of you guys can just be named Dave, right? Good morning to all of you. Glad to see you guys. How you doing? Hey, Beardy. Good to see you, brother, man. Finland. I know somebody from Finland now. Awesome. I know 2 people from Norway. I know like 5 crazy Swedes. Now I got somebody from Finland too. Have I been enjoying CGZN? Yes, I'm enjoying it a lot. Is the Charm Dungeon event worth the stamina? We'll take a look at that right now. Let's see. Battle. Charm Dungeon. Screw normal difficulty. That is for plebs and babies. Hard difficulty. We can do it 5 times a day. 30 stamina. Let's see what we get for it. After I fix my hero inventory. It's still not enough, Smilegate. It's still not enough. Yes, I see you. Is Cookie from Finland? Holy crap, I know 2 Finns. I'm more worldly than I thought. I keep a list, right? That way, no matter where I go, I can message somebody and get crash space. So, of course, everybody is silenced, so people who dual attack on S1s and strong S1 damage dealers. So, yeah, it's Commando Arena. It's always Commando Arena. And what do we get? We get 250 points. And with 250 points, we spent 30 stamina for 1.5 pops of these. Yes, it is worth it. It looks to me like you get more charms from this than you would get farming that stamina into anything else. I think it's pretty worth it. Yeah, Asflan would be really good here. Asflan though, right? I got so many messages. Do I pull for Asflan or do I wait for the limiteds? And that was the big question, right? Now that the Asflan banner's gone, people are like, they didn't reveal Sigret. Would you reveal a limited unit? Would you say, hey, here's what the new unit looks like, so you can maybe pass on the current banner? Or do we FOMO the hell out of that current limited Asflan banner and now you're surprised by the new unit, right? Now you're like, oh no, I spent everything on Flan. Whatever will I do? And Smilegate would be like, we got you, fam. Here's a whole bunch of packs. Welcome to Epic 7, everybody. Let's take a look and see, for those of you who waited, those of you who passed on Flan, is Sigret worth it? Is she the be-all, end-all? Are you glad that you skipped Flan, or do you have regrets and maybe she's not as good as Flan? Let's go take a look at her kit together. So let's take a look at Sigret and see what we think.
Oh, shall we burn some rubber?
Okay, I'm in. I'm pulling her. That's all I needed right there.
Don't blame me if you get hurt. Rally up, everyone. Where the banner leads, you follow!
Yo!
Careful on the road out there. Maybe I'm not the best person to be saying that.
Okay. Couple of things. Swift Flagbearer Sigret. All about racing, motorcycle racing. She got the word Swift right in her name. She's a speed unit, right? Surely. She is a thief, a fire thief. And, God damn, she looks good. You can say what you want about the Natalon High arc. I didn't like it either. But the art that poured out of that side story has been perfection. Let's see what Swift Flagbearer Sigret has to do for us here. Yo, Monster of Doom, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you so much for the support.
Swift Flagbearer Sigret is a biker from Nara Prefecture. Known for her daring race.
We'll cheat and peek at her stats ahead of time. So she's a Capricorn thief. 118 speed is not super swift. I mean, it ain't slow. Don't get me wrong. That's not slow by any stretch, but that's not fast either. Who's some Capricorn thieves? The only one that's leaping to mind is Blooming Lytica. Any other Capricorn thieves out there to compare her to? She's got garbage attack, okay defense, really low health, but remember, thieves don't typically have defense and HP. No crit chance, no crit damage, a chunk of effectiveness, so she's going to be a debuffing unit to have effectiveness right out of the gate. Okay, let's see what they have in store for us.
Style that lived up to her nickname and her captivating beauty. She rose to fame almost overnight. But years of non-stop competition from a young age took their toll. Unsure whether to continue, she abruptly returned to her hometown.
Do you guys get Sigret vibes when you look at this? Do you feel Sigret here? Because, maybe? It's more like Sigret's niece, right? I don't know that she feels more like Meru. They definitely like changed her look a little bit to make her look more Sigret than Mercedes. Yeah, Winter, actually, not wrong. She looks a lot like Winter to me. But yeah. I'm going to stop doing this because having them side by side, this makes Sigret look like a granny in this picture. No. Why?
Now she works as a mechanic at Peyra's shop.
Damn, they just
gazing at the distant horizon,
so good.
With a thoughtful expression. Swift Flagbearer Sigret is a 5-star fire elemental.
Okay, so she is a debuffer. We got element on or effectiveness on her self imprint. So a fast debuffing unit, which is weird at 118 speed for a thief.
She has relatively high speed and effectiveness.
Relatively high
Her
speed.
effectiveness further through her imprint concentration.
Okay, what do we got? We better have like some kind of Zeo passive or something in this, right? For her to go first.
Skill 2.
Target lock. After dispelling all debuffs from the enemy, has a 75% chance to inflict target for 2 turns. And that'll book all the way up to 100% chance for target. And remember, they changed target. Target now has a 50% penetrate evasion. And this is a non-attack skill. Notice no damage down here in the mola. So she's going to dispel all debuffs, inflict target. So since it's a non-attack skill, it's going to penetrate evasion and then put target on them. They really hate Setsuka, right? They really heard us that we hate Setsuka. And makes all allies except for the caster attack with basic skills. Holy shit, guys. Increase the combat race cast by 30%. Okay, so she S2s, puts target on the unit, ruining basically all the evasion on the unit, and then everybody on your team, all of them S1 into the target. So if you have any other kind of damage dealer on the team, because she's not a damage dealer, you basically get to erase 1 unit with this skill. That's pretty heckin' strong. If this skill goes off, you can surgically erase pretty much any evasion unit you want from the enemy team. Man, they really need to rework Rylet. Poor Rylet. And if you soul burn, it ignores ER, so you definitely strip everything. Okay, very strong skill. Thankfully, she's only 118 speed, right?
2. Target lock. After dispelling all buffs from the enemy, has up to a 100% chance to inflict target for 2 turns. It makes all allies except for the caster attack with a basic skill. Increases
so there, removed it, target, and everybody
30%.
Attacks with an S1.
When 10 soul is consumed, ignores effect resistance. Skill.
The big one, Flag of Victory. Dispels 2 debuffs from all enemies, so an AoE 2 debuff strip, before a 70%, 80, not 100% chance to put fear. It is a non-attack AoE fear skill. Well, her S2 and her S3 are both non-attack actives. And decrease combat readiness by 20%. So she's going to make them afraid, push them back 20%. Man, if this unit had like 125 or higher base speed, she would be broken. The only thing that's holding her back is her being able to take a turn. Grants increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. So you push the enemy back, you speed buff your whole last team. And at the start of the first battle, grants evasion to the caster. At the start of first battle, grants evasion. So that's a buff. So that's a strippable buff, but she gets 50% evasion at the start of the turn. 4-turn cooldown.
3. Flag of Victory. Dispels 2 buffs from all enemies before up to a 100% chance to inflict fear for 2 turns and decrease combat readiness.
A lot of people think
20%.
fear's a make-believe debuff, right? And sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It's got some gotcha to it.
The first battle.
Okay, she does this.
Evasion to the caster for 2 turns.
Damn, good animation. Okay, so everybody got CR pushed back. Everybody got feared. Everybody on her team got a speed buff. There's her evasion buff. It's totally strippable. That's there at the start of the turn. So this can be stripped and does go away after she takes a turn, but this is on there to keep her alive, right? They had to do this. Because if they didn't give her some way to stay alive, you're just going to snipe her and kill her. So this is how they're getting away with 118 speed, right? They're giving her an evasion buff, so it's harder to kill her right out of the gate. And then she gets to do her things when she goes second. So not a cleave opener unit. She's more like a aggro or bridgeable unit.
Increased evasion to the caster for 2 turns.
S1, Strike of Flagbearer. Attacks the enemy. Hey, she's actually got a legitimate attack skill. Her S1 is her only attack-based skill. With a 60, 65, 75% chance to inflict silence for 1 turn. After attacking, if the target is inflicted with silence, decrease the combat range of the target by 25%. Okay, so 75% chance to silence them, and if she hits them while they're silenced, she CR pushes them back. Nice little control skill. Not that big of a deal, but, you know, kind of nice. Yeah, it legitimately is, right, Cookie? This is Angel of Light. Angelica's S1 skill. It's just AOL's S1.
Skill 1. Strike of the Flagbearer. Attacks the enemy with a flag with up to a 75% chance to inflict silence for 1 turn. After attacking, if the target is inflicted with silence, decreases combat readiness of the target by 25%.
So she's a heavy control unit, right? She pushes back with her S1. She speed buffs with her S2. She pushes back with her S3. She penetrates evasion with target. The only negative, guys, 118 speed. She's just going to get killed. She's going to get killed or controlled at this speed. She needs some way to stay alive. And the evasion's nice, but the evasion doesn't stop most control issues. Yeah, she doesn't have an extra turn, and she doesn't have the speed to pull shit off. Now, she does get a 30% CR push off of her S2, right? And that's nice that after she does her S2, she'll move 30% down the line, but she's still got to climb the rest of the way with normal speed. She enables Teu. She would need to go first to enable Teu. And 118 speed, 118 speed's not that fast, guys. That's Blooming Litica level speed. Like, my best speed gear might be able to get around like 305-ish speed. It's not easy to build a 118 speed unit. You're not going to see 330 speed Sigrets out there. Okay, artifact. Glorious Flag. Increase evasion by 20%. Yay, another thief artifact that gives you 20% evasion. After an ally uses a basic skill, has an enchant. There it is. There it is. There is her speed. Whale artifact, because if you don't have it leveled, it's just evasion. But if you do have it leveled, there's a chance to increase your CR by 10% whenever an ally does a basic skill. So if you like ran the newly buffed Zio, is she limited? She's 1000% limited. Alternate RGBs are always limited, and she is limited. So Zio uses his S1, right? Because you can't use the S3. It's got to be a basic skill. Zio uses his S1, and she gets a 10% CR push. That's not enough to cut against Harsetti's, but that's enough where like a 280, 270, 280 speed Sigret will cut ahead of the enemy units. So you compare her with Zio. Holy shit. You know who this unit's good with, right? You know who you run this unit with? She's back, baby. Walk and talk. You run Conqueror Lilius with this unit. You run your stupid fast Conqueror Lilius. You S3, push everybody back, and then you S1. You S1, that is a basic skill, 10% push. She pulls somebody with her. That unit just did an S1 skill that she pulled with her, and that's a second push. That's a 20% push. Yes, if you Zio Flan, that does the same thing, right? You Zio, that's an S1 with his S1. That's a basic skill. And then Flan S1s, that's another basic. That's another way to do it. You can Zio Flan, you can Conqueror Lilius, but Conqueror Lilius is combined with the S3 pushback and the Vigor buff. You just got to find a way to bridge this girl up. And with her artifact, you can bridge her up. Now, you're going to have to... oh my God. You know what you could do, too, is you could Zio... is there a world where you would just Zio to get your ML Rowana and just S1 her? I don't think you would. I think you'd still S3 or Rowana. Anyway, do dual attacks count? Yes, because if you dual attack, you are still attacking with the S1. It says after an ally uses a basic skill. When you dual attack, you're using a basic skill. When you counter attack, you're using a basic skill. I believe if you read the description of dual attack and counterattack, it says attacks with a basic skill. This is a crazy good artifact for bridging her up. But it's a whale artifact. Surprise, surprise, a limited artifact is a whale tier artifact. Told you guys to save your bookmarks. This solves her problem. This solves her speed problem and gives her insane synergy with other units. What's the best build for her? All in on speed or bruiser? I think you build her like old school Zio, right? 260, 270 speed and stuff the rest into effectiveness, and then use the 20% push from any opener Flan or Conqueror Lilius to bridge her the rest of the way up and then run over the team. She's a bridge control cleave unit.
Bearer Sigret's artifact is the
This is very strong, but it's nice that it requires interaction with other units. It's not just she doesn't appear to just be an island unto herself where it's like smash unit and win. She's a unit where it's like, okay, she will do insane things unless you find a way to break her bridging mechanic or get rid of her before she takes a turn or cleave or control the enemy or figure a way to tank down. I really like this. I think this unit is well put together. She is insanely strong, possibly OP. ML Lua goes crazy with her. Dude, all of the S1s from ML Lua, your Lua goes first, everybody S1s, and then she pushes up. You're still going to get the crap, beat out of you by Mort, so that's still a problem. Lua is still a problem, but I really like this. I really like that people are cooking. You can always tell when a unit is well put together is when everybody starts theory crafting team ideas to make the unit work, to overcome the purposely keyed in weaknesses in her kit and to find ways around it. S1 ML Teu, certainly. She'll be great with Teu. See Phantom Politis with Saria Artie. You could, but why not just run Conch Lilius instead? She gets 20 or she gets 30% from her S2, right? She does it, but she has to take the turn for this to happen, right? But she does this. She gets 30% from her S2, and that makes everybody on the team attack. That's 40, 50, 60% CR push from her S2. And then all you got to do is get 1 or 2 more S1s in there, and she'll push the rest of the way up, and she can S3. If you have this artifact, and if it's max, or you don't get unlucky and it doesn't proc because you're not max. Cleave is back. Doesn't feel like a cleave unit. Feels like a cleave assist unit. Anytime the word bridge comes out of your mouth, you're probably talking more aggro than cleave. You could probably cleave with her, but she's going to be a little bit tricky to slot into a cleave. I think she's going to be more of a high aggro team. High aggro into control. You can use this unit to bridge up. You bridge her up, and then you can have her bridge your control team up. You can bridge her up and have her bridge your single target units up that surgically nuke the problems on the enemy team and aggro them to death. It's been a while since Smaugate did something for aggro players. It's so nice to see aggro players get something. They really deserve it.
She waved at the finish line, became a legend among racing fans. Increases evasion by 20%. After an ally uses a basic skill, has up to a 100% chance to increase combat readiness of the caster by 10%. The artifact's skill effect can
This background music slaps, and if it's DMCA'd, I'm going to freaking lose my damn mind.
only be applied to one hero within a team.
Rally up, everyone. Where the banner leads, you follow!
The courageous and confident Swift Flagbearer, who will never back down. Players will be able to meet Swift Flagbearer Sigret through the limited summon starting November 27th. Thank you.
Let's go, guys. What do you think? So here they're running her where she just goes first. They're running her as an opener, but, you know, look at the enemy team you're taking her into. There's nobody fast over there. It's nice they have Abyssal Euphine to cut the CR pushing down, cut that in half, but, you know, you drop this girl and somebody tries to race you, you're going to be in trouble. So if you want to try to take her into RTA, I think you're going to need to run her with a fast unit who's going to go first, who can bridge her up. And Conch Lilius is the most obvious because she's a one-woman army that does this. Zio could possibly do it if you're running a fast Sigret. Zio and Asphoot, but now you're dedicating 2 units just to get her to take a turn and somebody can break that synergy. But yeah, sick. Hey, there's your ML Teu. Whoever it was that said, will she work with ML Teu? They clearly want you to see her doing that.
Here, right now. We take the crown!
Watch and learn. I never thought I'd enough. Using it here. I know. No mercy.
And now they are dead.
All you've got.
We're done, Maya.
So that was a miss.
When hardship reigns, the flowers should
Look at them trying to convince us Sari is a good unit. Isn't that adorable?
bloom. Sky high. For the radiant future. I'll give you the show of a lifetime. Are you listening? It's a requiem in the night.
I mean, this is a control aggro team, guys, right here. He's using control locker down. If the control failed, like at any point in time, if the control failed, things could go sideways. Scaly could wake up. Ruel could wake up. Tell me Ruel wakes up. Yeah. This is the way it works, right? Fear always works. But yeah. I don't think she is OP. I don't think she's impossible to fight. I don't think this is the next Setsuka, the next Lady of the Scales, the next Tarsetti, the next ML Luna, the next ML Landy. But I think this is a really, really strong unit that if you are smart about your picks and you weave together a comp and you are good at turn order and sequencing your units, you're going to have a lot of fun and diversity with this unit. And if your opponent doesn't see it coming and doesn't prepare for it, holy crap, you're going to run them over. It's going to feel great for you and awful for them. I love it. I like this unit. I like this unit. It is so rare I get to say Smogate did something relatively balanced. Her S2 does not grant an extra turn. Her S2 gives her a 30% CR push and makes every single person on the team S1. And whenever somebody on the team S1s, she gets a 10% CR push if she has her artifact and it procs in its max, Glorious Flag. So theoretically, she could get up to a 60% CR push after using her S2. Moves her halfway down the line. She's already pretty fast. She should be able to bridge the gap pretty quick. Maybe one or two other units go before her, and if they S1, they'll push her the rest of the way. She's going to zoom, guys. You see where she is on the CR bar? She's right up here. I'm gonna put my mouse right beside it. Watch what happens when Rowana S1's here. Boop. Every time somebody attacks, she's going to CR push by 1. And let's say Afternoon Soak Flan was on the team, and she S1 and Afternoon Soak Flan dual attacked, she would have gotten that push twice. She'd be down here below Saria. So she's going to move. She's going to move pretty quickly.
That desperate to be not even worth unleashing power.
Sick. How many times do I think they reran this fight to get this footage? Legit, probably just once. Maybe twice. They're not that motivated. What if C. Lorena, who constantly dual attacks, 30% chance to dual attack with Lorena, 30% chance to get a 10% push on your Sigret. Sigret is fragile, guys. Sigret is stupid fragile. You are oops. You are not going to be bruisering through the fight with 500 by 5,000 defense versus attack on a thief. 20% evasion artifact or not, in a 2026 meta, she's going to explode. So, Sigret is Winter stat line. Winter's a warrior, not a thief, so it won't be exact. Sigret is she's a Capricorn thief. The only Capricorn thief I know right offhand is Blooming Litica. So you could look at Blooming Litica to figure out what her stats will look like for you, right? Oh, Winter is a thief? God, why did I think Winter was a warrior? Okay, so Blooming Litica and Winter then. Who else? Any other Capricorn thieves? Let's see. We still can't sort by Zodiac, right? Nope, guess not. Oh. Yeah, Blooming Litica. Winter. Elvira. And that's it. Blooming Winter, Elvira, and Winter. Those are your three options. Most people will have Elvira. The other two are limited, so but you can use those to figure it out. So right, look at this. Here we go. Where is Blooming Litica? Manage, sort by speed. Dooby 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 doo. You're not running this as always going to go first. You don't have to worry about 330 speed Blooming Liticas. Right? There might be one or two people on the server who can get Litica into the 325 speed range or get a Sigret into 325 speed range. And why would you? Why would you dedicate this level of gear to this unit? You're going to need to use her artifact to bridge her up. You're going to need to have a pusher bridge her up, or you're going to have to hope that the evasion keeps her alive so she can do some things. I think the more reasonable way people are going to build her is something like this. right? This is going to be a more reasonable build. A little bit of bulk so that she doesn't die through her evasion, so that if she doesn't take that first turn, she at least is going to get the second turn and then you run over it. Or it's fast enough that 274 speed times 1.1 is going to go up to 301 speed of anybody on the team S1s. And is going to cut even Renok if you Conqueror Lilius S3 into an S1, or you Zeo S1 into an Afternoon Soak Flan S1. And she's got enough effectiveness where you always are going to get your strips and pushbacks and fears and all of the stuff that you're going to need to get, 15% notwithstanding. And she's fast enough that after the first turn, she's got a chance to cycle around and continue to do things. Conk doesn't beat Renok into a race, but you get what I mean, Monster of Doom, right? You get what I mean. I shouldn't say she beats Renok, but that she pushes up to that kind of a speed pole position. She'll be, as long as you take first turn, she should be able to take second turn. Sick unit. Did it say when she's coming out? Players will be able to meet Swift Flagbearer Sigret through limited summons starting November 27th. November 27th? What? Why the 27th? What happens on the 28th, guys? Does anybody know what Friday the 28th is often referred to as? Black Friday? That's just a coincidence. Y'all crazy. That's just a coincidence. Okay, guys, she is finally here. Is she better than Afternoon Soak Flan? She is pizza versus ice cream level of difference. Played very differently and used very differently. Afternoon Soak Flan is a aggro bruiser unit. She can be played in lots of different places. She relies on evasion. We are in a meta where Smilegate is chipping away at evasion, making evasion less and less viable as a form of defense. Between Target and Sexy Nurse Yulha and now Sigret, it's pretty clear that they say, we hear you. You don't like the evasion meta. We're doing things to deal with that. So suddenly Flan's survivability is threatened. She's getting less and less important. So yeah, I think I would be glad that I skipped a 1-year-old unit to get a brand new spanking unit that's got a kit that is working into the problems of the current meta. But if you did pick up Afternoon Soak Flan, don't feel bad about it. She's a fantastic unit, but yeah, pizza and ice cream, guys. They're totally different flavors of awesome. Except in this case, you could use the pizza and ice cream together. Nasty. All right, guys. That's my take on Sigret. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to pull for her, what your opinions of her are, how you're going to build her. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. What do you guys think? She's more like barbecue sauce versus pizza unit. You have good ribs and she's great. If not, put the barbecue sauce on the pizza. Pizza and ice cream, buddy. Yep. Eggnog and spaghetti. Peppermint flavored orange juice. Couldn't you steal her if you run Setska, since you could get her to 100% evasion? Couldn't you? I'm not picking up what you're laying down there, Valkyrie. Oh, you're saying, couldn't you pick her and Setska? Well, yeah, of course. But Sexy Nurse Yulha is still going to be a thing. Yeah. I want that flag and butt. I'm telling you guys.
She has thoughtful express speed and effect grid. Years of non-stopping, known for her dare.
I'm a legs and ass man, and whoo. Woo! My God. Hurt me, baby. Check this out too. Let's look at the frame by frame on her animation, guys. How good is this? Boy, they put a lot of frames just in her slowly turning around, didn't they? Oh, look at this. Pretty. Thumbnail. Not normally into short hair, but it's working for me. Look at this. They spent entire frames just in making her hair flip around. A little eye sparkle. Why has everybody got a Band-Aid? Everybody in Nandalon's got a Band-Aid. Oops. I love this. Da, 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 da. She's still going up. We're sinking into the road. Okay, check her out. Up there on top of the bridge, all the motorcycles jumping off. The motorcycles are escaping because somebody planted explosives and blew poor Sigret up. Isn't she on that bridge? Sigret's dead, guys. Good job, art team. Good job. Knocking it out of the park. You think Para Artie can be good on her? Para Artie. Noble or Goblet of Oath? Reduce her cooldown? I don't know. I think she's not. I think she is. Aggro and Cleave aren't. Cleave, it's over before the enemy takes a turn. Aggro, they are neutered to a point where they can take a turn. They probably aren't going to be able to get the game back away from you. And she doesn't really need to do all of her tricks after that. She's kind of shot her load and the rest of the team's going to take care of it. I'm not so sure that... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Cookie's in the chat. Ask Cookie. Cookie's probably going to be like, I built my Sigret with 300,000 defense and 4 million effect resistance. Come at me. If anybody can figure out how to make this unit into a bruiser or a standard tanky unit, it's going to be Cookie. But for me, all I'm seeing is Conqueror Lilius's new best friend. You know he is, Joe. You know he is. Cookie's not even taking strays. He knows what he's about. Yeah, and that's a good point. Everybody is like, oh, this unit, she is here to end the reign of terror and destroy the Setska meta. And how many times have we said that? Young Senya is here to end the Harsetti meta. And then she became Harsetti's best friend. So anytime you think this unit is going to end this unit's reign of terror, you got to think to yourself, or just became that unit's best friend. Woo. Until they have 3 or 4 counters to a unit, right? Oh, nobody's going to use Free Rin because Bellion exists. How many times have you fought where people pick Free Rin and Bellion back to back, and you're sitting there going, I guess I better go New Moon Luna because there's no other way to stop this. All right? Until there's 3 or 4 answers to a unit, the first answer that comes out for the unit becomes the best friend of that unit. Yep, exactly, Joe. Aram to Harsetti. Angel of Light Angelica will stop Cleave. Cleave is dead now that AOL's here. And then she joined Cleave. Became the anchor. I've been first picking Free Rin because I feel like she picks both. Yeah, like Let's take a peep here. Let's take a peep under the hood. Oh, I stole Bellion from him because he was an idiot and picked her on too. Look at that. He picked Freerin. Oh, look, it's Bellion. There were fights where I would purposely pick Freerin. I would purposely pick Freerin to get them to pick Bellion. He first picked Luna, so I went bam, bam, Freerin. I said, watch this. He's going to pick Bellion. Boop. And I did it because I didn't want to use Freerin in this fight, but then he put me into a position where I had to. But yeah, anytime you see Freerin, people are going to try to counter with Bellion or Luna, because those are the only two ways to counter her. So if you pick Freerin and Bellion together, suddenly you got one hell of a fight on your hands. I don't have any good examples. Yeah, Freerin and Bellion together, you got one hell of a fight on your hands because you don't really have any ways to counter that bullshit. And I would have won this fight if I had banned Freerin instead of banning Politis. It was dumb of me, especially because he freaking banned Amid. I totally won this fight. He just beat me in the ban phase. Anyway, it was so mad too, right? Look at that score. 1989. This was the last fight I needed, and I friggin' whiffed it. Got it in the next one though. Anyway, what do you guys think about Sigret? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rank her? Like 10 being the game unbalancingly broken, and 1 being like E0 level garbage. 6, 8.5, 7, 8, 7. I'm right there with you guys. 7, 7.5, right? I think she's like a 5 to 7 range, and she's situationally a 9. I had this conversation earlier. Somebody asked me, what do I think of New Kid Auden? Right? What do I think of New Kid Auden? And I'm like, she's like a 5 or a 6 unit, and situationally a 9 or a 10. In her niche, she is insane. And I think with the proper setup, Sigret's going to be unstoppable. You're just going to get run over, but you got to have that setup, which means she's going to be much, much stronger in regular arena and regular guild war. But the professionals are going to cook with her in RTA, and it's going to be wild. Best Kid Auden. I like the version of Auden where she's wrapped in a burlap sack, beaten with rubber hoses, and then has weights tied around the sack, and she's thrown over the side of the ship. That's the best Auden. I haven't seen an Auden in months. Yeah, well, her situations are fewer and far between now. We get rid of the evasion meta, she might make a little bit of a comeback. The evasion meta kind of slowed her ass down. That and friggin' Lady of the Scales. Concrete shoes, Auden. Oh, shit, cranked. I need to start training my ass off and win World Cup so I can ask for concrete shoes, Auden, as my hero of choice. Outstanding. I'm down. guess let's use this one. Is this a new song? Yeah, I added a bunch of new stuff. This one's from Nike, exclamation point song, if you want to know what the song is for people in Twitch. You forgot to do Guild Wars for 2 weeks? CZN really is that good, isn't it? Nike has some freaking bangers, man. Stun. God damn it. Gilmay says it's mid because of the chibis. It's a good take from somebody who's never played the game. Fuck, I should have S3'd for the skill null. That was stupid, and I fucking whiffed the fight because I didn't get the skill null. Oh, fuck off with your fear. Bullshit debuff that only works on the right side. Yeah, I should have just S3'd for the skill null. I got greedy. Very dumb. And I got outsped because... What the fuck is my Ahmed do? Oh, she got pushed back. I forget. Renok pushes back. God damn it. What a waste. How did I get outsped, man? That was a 230 speed Ahmed. And there's no speed imprints over here. Speed RNG is a motherfucker. No, they were talking about CZN, guys. I'm annoyed. I'm going to do my Guild Wars later. It's not good when your luck is running that low. 230. Yeah, it was a 206 speed Ahmed with plus 14 speed. I'm sorry, 206. Sorry, it was a 320. I guess it wasn't that odd. I keep forgetting that I took speed gear off of my Ahmed to make my Setska. Okay, I'm less cranky about it now, but still annoyed. Hey, who'd you guys get from your 5-star ticket from your dailies? Did I pull Saria? Yeah, you shouldn't. She's bad. You got Ida, Lulika. Nice, nice. I got a dupe Aria for when ML Aria shows up. Fire Crow's great. Remember how good Last Rider Crow's going to be with Sexy Nurse Yulha. Hey, got yourself some Yulha imprints, Cookie. Nice. Elegote. Dude, Sexy Nurse Yulha buffs or doubles your speed and your HP. How hard do you think his horse, where the damage dealt is proportional to his max health and speed, is gonna frickin' hit? Now, on top of that, let's take his max health and max speed, which can stack up to 3 times, by the way, how hard that's gonna get, and combine it with putting this asshole on 3F. Now how hard is it gonna hit? Yeah, they just added like 1 billion horsepower to his motorcycle. His horse is going to be insane. And his speed scaling is really fucking high. You get a lot of damage out of his speed scale. Most people, their speed scaling mods are pretty low, but his are pretty high because it's damn near impossible to build him with any kind of speed. But suddenly this guy's going to be 380 speed, 54,000 health with this. Get fucked. I'm very excited to see how Sexy Nurse Yulehall and Last Rider Crow go together. I think there's potential. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe it's not going to work, but I'm drooling thinking about it. So unless your Crows are triple S, I would not be sad about any form of a Crow imprint. Crow will be the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Penrez and Ares will make him do less damage. Sure. Yeah, instead of doing 90k, he'll only do 75. Somehow we will make do. Guys, do your guild a favor. Remember to come in and every once a week at least auto assign your supporters so you can give your guild good numbers to pull from. So if they have 600 and 700,000s in here and fewer people that are running, there's going to be one in here. You watch 400,000 because they don't bother updating their supporters each week. Plus, you get armbands every time somebody uses your team, so you want to have really high scores on your team. That means other people will use your teams. You'll get more armbands on Thursdays. You left your last guild because they weren't assigning supporters. Anything where the guild is apparently not being active enough. You know, you need a guild whose activity level and sweat levels kind of keeps pace with yours, right? I've had people that left the guild because we weren't competitive enough. They wanted to go to somebody who's going to be pushing for top 30 in in Guild Wars that, you know, really, you know, we're interested. Like, nobody reads my Guild War reports, and we're losing wars we should have won because people aren't reading the intel. And then there's other people that are like, fuck doing intel. We're not that sweaty. We just want to end top 100, get our frame, and move on with life. We don't need to be top 30. You got to decide what kind of a guild you want to be in. I mean, we jokingly said that we were going to make people write haikus about why they lost their Guild War fights. It's kind of a joke for some guilds who actually require like you to do full-on reports so that they know you understand why you lost a Guild War. And that's fine. If you want to be in that level of sweat of a guild, go for it. I remember back in the day, part of the application process for joining Talentless was showing your Dark Corvus. And God forbid, if at any point in time in one of your why I lost reports, you said RNG, you were immediately kicked. Because doing Guild War was all about reducing to the point of eliminating RNG. And if you blamed RNG for a loss, that just means you sucked at drafting and they didn't want you in your guild. So, I mean, some guilds take shit very, very seriously in some angles, and others are very casual. You got to find the level that you like. And if you need a guild, if your current guild's not meeting up to your expectations, then jump in my Discord, discordwulf.com to join my Discord and check out the guild recruitment hall and jump around and find one you like. You didn't download this game to be like, I can't wait to join a group of people and get frustrated that they're not playing the way I want them to play, and to feel like I'm herding cats every time Guild Wars is about to end, and to yell at people to do their attacks, and to say, guys, we're going to miss the blue box again if you don't do your daily missions. I'm pretty sure that's not why you clicked on the download button of this game. And if you're saying to yourself, but if I leave, they'll fall apart. If one person leaving a guild makes a guild fall apart, then it was a bad guild, and that's even more ammo as to why you need to get the fuck out of that guild and get into a stable group of friends who are like-minded and have fun the way you want to have fun. Don't be codependent in a tap tap booba waifu gotcha game. Go be part of an effective, well-oiled machine and have fun. You will look back a month from now and you'll be like, God damn, that Tristen, he was right. These two are just here, I think, for friendship leveling, right? Ah. How much friendship do you have? We are not friends enough. Freerin, are we friends? Oh shit, no, we ain't friends. Okay, I'm gonna leave them in there just to friendship farm them. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool, we can quick battle it. How nice. I'm so excited to get Yulha. Me too, me too. Okay, so that was 120 stamina we just spent there. For 120 stamina, let's see what we get. One artifact charm or accessory charm, 2 regular charms, 4 regular charms, 4 regular charms, and 3 greater artifact charms. 4 greater artifact charm. I keep saying artifact accessory charms. This is too good, guys. I lost count. I'm not writing it down, but yeah, I think if you're charm starved, this is the way to go. Especially with these mod boxes, I could really use more of these mod boxes. 5% chance, lame. Yeah, charm dungeon good. To be fair, I got one of them to friendship 10, but not the other one. How many free runs did you get to friendship 10? It's what I thought. It's what I thought. We'll cast stones, Mr. Glasshouse. Oh, 3, my bad. Never mind. Do both give Mola? I believe both of them are plus 15. So yeah, one gave Mola, the other will when I get her there. Freeren's a DPS unit, and DPS units almost always are exclusively plus 15 units. Plus 15. And plus 15, yeah. The Fern, however, the second Fern has no Mola in her yet. This Fern, what? Oh, it was the wrong damn Fern. I need the Fern. I needed the Fern on the team that's going to get me Mola Gora. Yeah, sorry, Fern. You're being supplanted by second, only slightly less usable Fern. There we go. How am I liking Flagret? We're not really going to call her Flagret, are we? Sup, Shio? Somebody come up with a better name than Flagret. Swiftret? Doesn't roll off the tongue. Figret, I think Figret might stick. Swigret. How do you counter Ruel of Light? Say hello to Sinful Angelica. If you also have her, Bryceria is also quite good. And beyond that, you can just cleave the shit out of her. But yeah, you got to kill her fast, or you've got to turn off her ability to bring things back to life. Yeah, this is the guy that tried to maid Ruel me. I just popped him like a zit. Everybody died except Ruel, and he thought he had a chance. And then Veronica soul burned to put a bomb on Ruel and blew her ass up. Oh, I can replay it. Let me see if I remembered this right. You go to the front, and this was an incredibly dead, I think probably Ross, right? Oh my God. Soul burn. Ruel's dead. Ruel's back to life. And this is this part I was a little dodgy, right? Ruel's going to take a turn. But you get a CR push when you S3 Scaly. And that pushed my Veronica ahead of his Ruel. And I had just enough souls to soul burn this right here. So I don't care how much ER was on that Ruel. There's a bomb. Goodbye, Ruel. And this is the point in time where he made the very reasonable decision of getting the hell out of the game. So yeah, you've got to drop so damn much damage on Ruel that you kill her before she can do her things, or you stop her from doing her things. You control her, which isn't the easiest thing in the world with effect resistance being a thing, or you just turn off the majority of her skills with a anti-raise unit like Sinful Angelica or Briar Witch Assaria. A lot of people don't have those tools or don't know how to weave those tools into teams they like to play. Well, if you're not going to use the tools that stop her, or you can't weave those tools into the way you play, that's why pre-ban exists, and you kind of got to pre-ban. I got 3 mod boxers from the event. Lucky monster. Lucky. Speaking of lucky, oh, nothing. Between here and the 27th, I'm going to have to find a whole bunch of bookmarks. I am running low. How low? Yikers. We need 400 more. God, that artifact. We're going to have to get real lucky on that artifact to play Sigret. You guys are going to want to watch Valky when this unit comes out. Because, he coined the phrase bridge. That phrase didn't exist in this game until Valky. Bridge style aggro is his bread and butter. So if you aren't following Valky already, there's his Twitch. Watch this guy and how he plays Sigret. I expect great things out of that man with this unit. Seems like his kind of unit. You don't have to see him live. You know that, right? You know you can go to YouTube and you can type Valky Epic 7 and he has got a whole channel dedicated. Yeah, he had a channel that was dedicated to RTA, didn't he? Yeah. So I expect we're going to see some good things out of Valky with this unit. Maybe, possibly. We'll see. Don't disappoint me, Valky. I actually slightly disagree with my CZN take today. While I do like that Yuki doesn't break the meta, the issue I have is that she doesn't bring anything to the table that other units AoEs don't do. I think they could fix a lot of Yuki's problems if they didn't lock her kit, make it feel like her kit was locked behind her manifest imprints. I think Smilegate is being very, very careful about power creep in this game. Because Epic 7 power creep is off the charts, and you don't want, you don't want this unit to just be a Where'd she go? You don't want this unit to just be objectively better than everything else that's out there, especially for people that have already built. I mean, if she was just a better Calipe, what for all the people that have already heavily invested in Calipe, they're gonna feel kind of bad about that. So it's good that Calipe works and does certain things that she doesn't. She's more damaged than Calipe, but Calipe brings a lot of support and team protection, right? She can kind of nursemaid the entire team through some fights, whereas Yuki's just all about dropping some damage. But to get Yuki to do good damage, you've got to build a whole ass team around her. It makes her difficult as fuck to use. I still think that her problems are centered around that it is very, very early in the game. There's not a lot of supporters that are going to work well with her. More cards can come out, more content that's going to work into her kit will work. I don't want to see this game turn into a giant power creep. I do think this is shit. This is a bad policy, and Smilegate needs to not do this ever again. If they immediately just remove the 20% damage from her kit overall and had this skill just say increases the damage by 20%, it would be the exact same thing, right? If she just right out of the gate started with minus 20 and this first skill said gives you 20. But instead, they straight up say, this will stop her from losing the 20. Tell me this, right? You're thinking about joining a club, right? You're thinking about joining a club or an organization. So you go to one of their events, one of their conventions, right? And you get to the front gate and there's a big sign that says member discount 10%. How does that make you feel versus you get there and it says non-member surcharge 10%? One is consumer unfriendly. That's why stores that give sales do better than stores that say we always have low prices, that's why we never do sales. Well, nobody goes to shop at those stores because they don't make you feel important. A member discount makes you feel important. A member surcharge makes you feel like, oh, yeah, if you don't want to spend money here, you're not even a real person. It's going to be harder for you. And that's what this does. It doesn't make you feel special for getting this. It makes you feel like, finally, I spent money. Now I can have the normal experience. And it's just the way brains are hardwired to think. So I think this should just go away. I don't know. I think the way they're doing the imprints is to monetize the unit, and I get it, right? They need to make their money back. They need to make some profit, but this is the one thing I think she needs changed. I think this needs changed big time. Other than that, I'm actually completely fine with her kit. And other units can do what she does better situationally, sure. Other units aren't going to do as much damage situationally. She's not going to be able to protect the team situationally. So yeah, it's too early. It's too early to buff this unit, in my opinion. She needs time to cook. Players need time to cook. The game needs time to release partners for her. Not every unit that comes out needs to be Harsetti. Not every unit that comes out needs to invalidate all the other units in the game. The last thing in a PvE game we need is to spiral down the hole of, here is your Firefly, here is your Fene, here is your, oh, you got this PvE unit, you can do everything in the game now, just press auto with this unit. Aren't you glad you got Fene? Fene can do all these expeditions and Wyvern and this and this and that, and oh, you built all those other units? Oh no, you don't get your molar refunded. You can just bench them and look at them occasionally and go, that was pretty, man. It sure was fun running that unit back 3 years ago, and now it's totally not even in the game. I don't like power creep on the level that it invalidates other heroes. Unpopular take, I know. Unpopular take. Yeah, it's been years, Brandy. I quit after Firefly, so maybe I hear that the game. I hear that she has actually been power crept out of the game too, which is a terrifying example of how bad power creep can be for even PvE games. I just don't want to see it here. I think Smilegate has shit the bed when it comes to power creep. Every new hero that comes out has to be so insanely broken to be viable in this sea of sharks that we've got swimming around out here. And I like that in this game, A and B tier units are playable and fun and engaging and can be used. As long as it's not a C tier, I'm fine. Not every unit has to be an S. I'm fine with new units being A and B tier if they're pretty, if their animations are smooth and clean, and if I can find ways to synergize them into the team and I can figure out content with them, I'm good. Make Guider Aether great again. Have you guys heard Guider Aether's voice lines? We'll give you guys a treat. This is him when he levels up. He gets so excited.
I can feel my strength overflowing. This is amazing! I feel so strong!
How can you guys not like Aether? Hey guys, see who the voice actor is for voice actress is for Aether? Frida Wulf. Did you know? Oh, fuck you, game. How's that for some range? Bologna, you can hear it in Seaside Bologna when she talks about she'll show you the greatest magic. But what's extra cool about Frida Wulf being the voice of Bologna and Aether is if you go into the side story and you jump into the Book of Memories and you do So the Roses May Bloom story. This is a choose your own adventure style story. It's like there's almost no fighting. It's just like a read and enjoy the story kind of a thing. And if you get the bad ending, Aether and Bologna are forced into an arranged marriage. I was like, God damn, they just made Frida Wulf marry herself. Woo was definitely power crept, Frederick. Oh, did Frederick say there's no power creep in Woo? Just play Woo, no power creep, if you say so. All right, guys. Anything else you want to see or do inside of Epic 7? If some of you guys are struggling to get your master's frame, hit me up. I'm helping on a case-by-case basis. If you want to throw me a tip for helping you out, it would be much appreciated. But we can jump into a room and I will help you get your master's frame banged out. Do not ask me to do this on Friday. I will say, fuck no. I mean, tonight, I will do it just this morning while I got a little free time, but I'm not going to do it a half hour before the season ends. Hit me up on Discord. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna be done for right now. I'm gonna get this video up, and then I'm gonna go do a little bit more CZN. Maybe make my first video on how to beat the big armed guy in Chaos. We'll see. Any questions? Masters and RTA, guys. For people that just really want the Spirit Eye Selene skin, they got the gear, but they can't quite figure out how to do it. Now, I mean, don't come at me if you're like, I started last week. You can get me the skin, right? No. I can't fix bad gear, but I can help out with a little bit of gameplay. I've gotten a couple of people into Masters. I'm no expert in RTA, but I know enough to get this done. The blue pot boss, hate that boss. Yep. He's not that bad once you understand the mechanics. Actually pretty easy to deal with. Doesn't hit that hard, but you got to do some counterintuitive things to make it work. What's this, Heslo? This unit, man. Love to get help, but not fluent in English. We could probably still make it work. Literally, we can be in the Discord room and we can just talk to each other through the voice chat, and chat GPT translate to each other, right? Arya uses what set nowadays? Arya is one of the hardest units to use if you're talking about PvP and not a lot of people play her, or are you talking about ML Arya? If you're talking about blue Arya, I still think Lifesteal is one of her better sets, but some people are putting her on Destruction. But ML Arya is the one unit I do not have, so I cannot show you mine. If you're a single hot girl on Discord, add me. You must be a single hot girl and not a 40-year-old man living in his mom's basement. Why did they change Aether's gender? Originally, the story was written around Princess Tenebria, and she was going to be the person Ross traveled with and kind of his love interest, and then they decided she was better as a villain, and they came up with Mercedes to be Ross's love interest and everything, and then they went back and recast Aether in the role of the prince. And originally Aether was drawn as a female because the entire story was written around a princess, but then they changed him to a boy prince. And you would have to ask Super Creative why they made that decision. I don't have an answer. I just know that it happened. I'd rather have Princess Tene over Mercedes. I kind of like how awful Tenebria is. When the bad guys are that bad, it's kind of hard to not like them. But yeah. Though I think my heart would like Princess Tenebria being Ross's love interest and stuff. I like that she's this strong, independent, ass-kicking monster, and that the personification of evil. I would like that better than her being like, you know, this doe-eyed love interest of the all-powerful savior Ross. She wouldn't hit the same for me, so I ain't gonna complain. Oh, and not do it to Tenebria. You just don't like Mercedes. Fair. Fair. What's this cranked? Hey, look at you shitting all over Ruel by banning her. Nice Sigret kill. Sealed. How did you do this? Ahmed pushed up. She kills this because of barrier. AoEs does damage. How did you do this? I'd like to see how this fight ended up, man, because I'm like, okay, you had to kill this first, but then this just brings this back. How did you do this? Kisei wiped everything. Oh, you just did it by having like the world's most stupid Kisei. Well, props, man. Props. What should I improve on my wretched Rose? She's just not easy to play, dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is my wretched Rose. I just can't figure out how to use her in any meaningful way. I can't weave her into my style of play. When I've seen her played, it just like looks like the enemy is having way too much fun, and then the enemy gets really, really upset when the person who's not running Wretched Rose just yields because they ain't got time for that shit. I would say my knee-jerk reaction is probably needs more ER, but I can't advise since I don't play her. This is how good Rose is. Or this is how good Rose is. Yeah, that worked out well for him, didn't it? If you make her work and she's lots of fun, tell me all about it. I'd love to hear. Yeah, I don't like 30-minute long fights, guys. All right, guys. I'm going to go get this Sigret Mercedes video up and then get back to playing some CZN. I'd love to play with you, but I got to edit the video, and that'll be boring for you guys to watch. I also have to do some other work, too. Well, that's weird. Raid. My raid channels thing's broken. Oh, there we go. Okay, everybody's pushing RTA. Fuck it. You guys get one fight. You get one RTA fight. One RTA fight. How do I get Light Teiyu to work? Run him with the newly buffed Zeo next week and absolutely ruin people. Also works good with C. Lilius. You need to push somebody back and wreck them. Oh, shit. I forgot. We got warfare rules up here. This is going to make it a little bit tough on my cleave, guys. This guy did not just let me have Lady of the Scales in warfare rules. Oh no, it's Ruel. Can't talk to him right now. Let's see how bad this warfare rule is on my strays. Yeah, Sylvian's a pain in the ass, guys. Where is this emergency mission? The pop-up bow says, click the little box in the upper right-hand corner, click on battles. You'll see 3 tabs. You'll see standard, seasonal, and all the way on the right, you'll see a tab that says event. Click on that. It'll take you to it. Stick around till after this fight and I'll show it to you. You got it. Good deal. Good deal. Do we care about BBK? I don't think we care about BBK. Let's see. Can't see Lady the Scales leg. Okay, there. You always got to position your units properly. See, what's wrong with this arrangement is I can't see Lady the Scales legs. Now, if I move her to the back, I can see her legs. Placement is very important in RTA, and you guys need to pay attention to that. It can mess you up. Pop-up was covering it up. There you go. Okay, greater attack buff, exploiting weak points. Is it enough to penetrate all of this mitigation that he's getting from the warfare rules? Let's see. You cannot escape my sword. Fun little dual attack. Is Ahmed going to be included in the group summon? If they have a custom group summon, Ahmed would be in it, yes. If he uses his S3 here, he's going to make his BBK hit poorly, so he's got to use his S1. I can use this to push up. I actually don't want to accidentally push up strays, because if I push up strays, then I won't be able to kill the BBK. So we'll just regular S1 here instead of burning. Fuck. I was worried about that. We'll burn this. Defense break everybody. I think we're going to lose this BBK because I pushed up. That was so dumb. If I hadn't... Ugh. If I had held back on my Ahmed, I think we would be okay, guys. I think we lose to this BBK now. Oh, wait, no, pop. The pop damage happens after the strip. Oh my god, did I just get cleaved back? What the fuck was that BBK? I need a shock emote. Oh, Lady of the Scales. I'm such a dumbass. Never, I was never in any danger. I had scales for the win. What kind of fool lets Lady of the Scales through? Please tell me I didn't just drop you down to frickin' Challenger. I'll feel so sad if that happened. Okay, good. He's still champion, guys. He's still champion. We didn't hurt him. You know you got scales, right? Don't at me. I'm still drinking my caffeine. Him banning Asaria confused me. People who like running Ruel and probably have Holy Sack on some units and stuff, they get really nervous when anti-revivers are in place. They feel like it's going to screw them over. It's kind of like picking Freerin to purposely get them to pick Bellion when I had no interest in using Freerin anyway. You can play some mind games in RTA. All right, guys. This has been fun. Let's see who is streaming right now. You guys want to check out I'm going to send you over to Proxy, over to Aetherbulge AB. This will be a fun place to watch, right? He's running Careless, and I think AB is probably one of, if not the smartest global RTA players out there. So go check him out, enjoy his stuff, and I will catch you all next time. Okay, bye now.